Hey, this is AJ with ThinkGriz, and today we're going to talk about the very blood of your organization, and that is sales. How to be productive, how to streamline the process, and how to tell if that pesky salesperson is actually telling you the truth about being close to closing that deal. Let's get into it. So I had a client ask me, how are you tracking sales in your organization? I said, well, how are you tracking sales? And they said, well, I'm using, Microsoft Excel. And I'm like, okay, that's grossly inefficient. All business and entrepreneurs know that sales is the absolute blood of your business. Without sales, you can no longer exist. I know a little bit about sales. I worked for Fortune 500 companies. I worked for Cumulus, Radio One, Clear Channel. On average, couple million, $2-3 million a year in sales. As an entrepreneur, between $6 to $8 million a year in sales. So I know a little bit about sales. Here is the problem with most organizations, including a lot of the companies that I worked for. They are using spreadsheets to track their salespeople. I mean, there is such a better way, and that better way is CRM, Customer Relationship Management software. Now, there are plenty of softwares out there on the market. I personally recommend Pipedrive or Studio Dash. Now, I am not being paid. There are no affiliate links. I just find that those two software actually help me streamline the process, help me track potential customers from cold calls all the way to actual paying clients. And I highly suggest that if you are an entrepreneur or business owner out there running your own company, you really need to look into CRMs as a way of increasing productivity and tracking the salespeople within your organization. Like I mentioned before, I like Pipedrive and I like SweetDash. However, the choice is yours. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to one I believe is like one of the most fantastic websites, and that's Capterra.com. And I'm going to show you how you can go in and check out the many different CRM softwares out there, and just kind of talk a little bit about the features and how you might find them useful for your organization. So with that said, let's hop on over to Capterra and check it out.
Okay, so we're going to start off by actually going to Capterra.com, CAPTERR. As you can tell, it's a suggested website. Now, the first thing we're going to do is, once we log in, the first thing I wanted to point out to you was this website is not just about finding CRMs. As you could tell, as the caption reads, the smart way to find business software. So any type of software you're looking for, in fact, it says here 400 plus categories of software. Maybe you're looking for marketing software, e-commerce software, medical practice, construction software, anything that you're looking for that can help you become more profitable in your business and help you run your business more efficiently. Chances are you can find it here as a software on Capterra. So in our particular case, what we're going to do is we're going to look for CRM, and it doesn't CRM, and just hit see what we come up with here. Now, at the very top, customer relationship management software. The online CRM software is pretty much the same, but as you can tell, depending on the type of business you run, real estate, construction, maybe a finance service, healthcare, they have a CRM specific software for those type of businesses. So we're going to go ahead and click on customer relationship management software link here. And immediately what we're going to see here is quite a few. We're just going to skip past this little survey there. Quite a few CRMs to choose from. So the number one thing that you would definitely want to look at when you're picking out a CRM is to look for one with plenty of reviews. Okay, The more reviews, for example, here Salesforce, over 4,038 reviews. Pipedrive, mentioned that one, 970 reviews. And Zoho, which is another good CRM, 558 reviews, would be the number one thing you should look for, because the higher the number of reviews, the higher number of people that are using, entrepreneurs like yourself, business owners like yourself, are using the product. Now, the second thing that you're going to want to do is select a product that fits your needs. So you can randomly do this, or you can kind of read more about the software. In fact, that's the thing you should do. Always click on the learn more about whatever the CRM is, and just double click on it. So basically what's going to pop up here is you're going to learn a lot about the particular software. And chances are when you check out the software, there's going to be a little short video that kind of walks you through what the software is all about. Now, I mentioned the first thing that you should look for are reviews in terms of selecting a software. The second most important thing, at least to me, is the pricing. The pricing is usually by month, by user. As you can see here, the starting price is $12 per month per user. And you can also click on this button to see if you can get a free trial. The third thing you want to look at is the deployment. Basically, the deployment is what a platform or platforms, or in the form, meaning that is the software cloud-based or SaaS, which is software as a service, or web-based, whether or not they have mobile app. As you can see here, Pipedrive has mobile apps on the Android market as well as iOS, which is Apple. Now, the fourth thing you want to take a look at is whether or not the software provider, the service provider, offers some type of training. As you can see here, the training is documentation. Now, I'm going to show you in just a minute when I compare these softwares, while documentation is absolutely the last thing that you want. I know that I mentioned that Pipedrive is one of my favorites, is because it's pretty intuitive, pretty easy to use, and that's why I selected it. Now, the fifth thing that you want to check out is what type of support do you get from the use of this software. Here you can tell the support is online, and business hours means that you can actually call customer support during business hours. Now, you look further down, you'll be able to see the different features that actually help you within your business. Now, what you do is when you first look at a software, you look at these features and you say, well, maybe something that's not green checked, like call logging or quotes and proposals and referral tracking, that's something you need. Maybe you need marketing automation. You wouldn't necessarily select this particular product. And the very last thing that you would look at would be the reviews. In the reviews, what I like about looking at the reviews, because it's giving you actual users of the particular product. Here you see the pros and the cons, but more importantly, you get to see the overall rating out of 5 stars. And here's one that I tell you absolutely have to pay attention to, is the likelihood of this particular entrepreneur / business owner to recommend this to another business owner. And once you take a look at that, you just kind of read the reviews, read the pros and cons, and it really gives you insight into what the consumer thinks about, that is, the entrepreneur / business owner thinks about this particular product. In this case, the ease of use, features and functionality, customer support, and value for the money are all right here at your fingertips. Now, let me go back here for 1 second, and this is the last thing I'm going to cover in this video. When you are selecting a CRM, you do not want to select the first CRM. What you want to do is compare. Here you see the button add and compare. So I'm going to click Pipedrive. I am going to click Salesforce, which is another popular one. Zoho is a popular one. And let me see, Insightly, which is another popular CRM. And let me find it here. Okay, I tell you what. Let's take a look at Infusionsoft, which is actually really popular. So now the four that you're choosing to compare, all you have to do is click Compare Now. So now we're here and we're comparing. Now, what you are going to look for is based on the number of customers you have or how far you plan on scaling your business up in terms of customers that you can, comfortably service. You might want to think about looking at who uses this software and the target size. In other words, how many potential customers that you can have by using a particular software that you select. The next, as I mentioned, the pricing, as you can see here, Pipedrive and Zoho are pretty much the same, $12 per month per user. Like I mentioned earlier, the different platforms, but here is where you really start doing your due diligence. You will start comparing all of the features, and you look at these features as if, okay, I need customer support, I need list management. All of these features are great, but the very thing that I'm looking for, sales pipeline management, is not offered in Zoho. So you find one here, as you can tell, which is Pipedrive. They have sales pipeline management. So you look at these features and you begin to choose based on those features, and then of course you have a quick screenshot of overall what they rate overall in terms of their rankings based on 1 to 5, ease of use, customer service, features and functionality, and value for the money. And of course, again, training and support. Now, as you can tell, Salesforce has the most training and support. However, Salesforce is actually one of the more expensive CRMs to use. And we talked about Pipedrive only having documentation. So, if it wasn't so intuitive, I probably would not use Pipedrive. Zoho actually looks pretty good, but I might not use Zoho because it doesn't have any sales pipeline management. So I would choose probably something else. I hope that this video has given you some insight on CRMs, on how you can effectively leverage technology to increase productivity, track the sales within your organization. And as I mentioned, taking it from cold calling the prospects all the way to paying clients. And thanks for checking out this video.
I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got something out of it. Remember, CRM, you really want to be productive when it comes to how you handle sales within your organization, because after all, it is the lifeline. It is the blood that flows and pumps within your organization. And as an entrepreneur, I tell you, there's nothing more important to me than, closing that deal. Increasing that top line revenue to ultimately increasing the bottom line, which is the profit. So with that said, give a thumbs up to this video, subscribe to this channel, share us on your other social platforms. And if you have something you'd like for me to address in a video, be sure to drop me a comment down in the comment section below. And until then, this is AJ with ThinkGrids, and we're out.